I think it would be foolish if they were to do such a thing, especially if you are all in, like you said, at the end of the season when you got bounced to the playoffs, that you coming back all in. So if you're going to re-sign or try to extend, better yet, CeeDee Lamb and Michael Parsons, I would think that you would need some cap relief. To have a guy play on a $60 million cap number, which his base salary, I think, is close to $30 million. So it's a $30 million real number of cash, but a $60 million round up number to the salary cap. If you want that to happen, you probably are going to struggle to be able to sign players or retain your own players, extend players that are going to want money. CeeDee Lamb is not looking to go into 2024 in September playing in hopes of getting an extension after the season. And I'm sure Michael Parsons isn't either. Guys, one thing that they want the damn money, Skip. And they want it early. They don't want to have to wait. So when you look at that, if the Cowboys are smart, they can restructure Dak Prescott's deal and get themselves about $18, $19 million of relief by just doing a simple restructuring without extending.
Okay, but the downside is you're on the hook for 3 or 4 more years.
If you extending, yes. But you could just simply take the $59+ million of cap space, restructure it, turn it into signing bonus. So now you're already guaranteeing a 30. Now put whatever else on top of it, another 18. So you basically giving him $48 million of real cash. Are you willing to do that?
Okay,
but if you let him walk next year, after this season, you let him walk, your ass is going to be in trouble because you got to be able to replace him. And if you replace him with a Trey Lance or Cooper Rush, or maybe there's somebody out there that I'm not thinking about in free agency 2025 that I'm not thinking about right now that you may be able to sign for less money, you're not going to get the same guy. On top of that, what Dallas Cowboy quarterback has ever left the building without finishing their career as a Dallas Cowboy? And I'm talking about the ones that we talk about, the Roger Staubachs of the world, the Troy Aikmans, the Romos. Those are the ones I'm talking about. And even though he hasn't won a championship, when you talk about quarterbacks of the Dallas Cowboys, his name is mentioned. As hard as it may feel to you, Skip, it's still mentioned with those guys that won championships. So I don't necessarily see Cowboys letting their guy walk out the building next season when this year's over with and he becomes an unrestricted free agent because they can't tag him. So he walks out the building. Are you willing to do that? After you groomed, drafted, brought him up, raised him, made him, turned him into what he is? Why would you do that for somebody else? That doesn't make a whole lot of damn sense. Why would you do it?
Okay, my turn. I'm on record as saying I have seen enough of Dak Prescott. All I know is my goals are higher than losing a playoff game, winning the division and losing a playoff game. I have seen him 3 straight times in big playoff games, home against San Francisco, at San Francisco, home against Green Bay, stink in all 3 games. Shockingly stink, where he just looked overmatched. He looked overwhelmed by the sort of the hugeness of the situation, right?
They all looked overwhelmed.
Okay, but in the second quarter against Green Bay, he threw 2 late first quarter, and then second quarter he throws a pick 6, and it's 27-0 before halftime. I've never seen anything like it before. At some point, you have to reorder priorities and say, well, do we want to go win a Super Bowl, or do we just want to maybe steal the division? Do we want to win 12 games for 3 straight years? Because that's what they did, and they have 0 to show for it, as you well know. If your goal is to get back to your first NFC championship game in 29 years, get back to your first Super Bowl in however many, 30-plus years. So I told you, I have seen enough, and I have seen the 49ers say, Jimmy G, that's not enough. He was up 20-10 mid-4th quarter, and they just said, you know what? We can do this is a Super Bowl, 20-10 in the Super Bowl. And they just said, he's not good enough for us to achieve our goals. And they go out and spend 3 first-round picks and a second-round pick, third-round pick, I guess it was, to go get Trey Lance.
Yes.
And then...
How did that work out?
Okay, well, we never know. We don't know how that worked out.
It didn't work out the way they wanted to, Skip,
because somebody fell into their lap with the last pick in the draft. named Brock Purdy. You want to talk about hitting the lottery? That has never happened.
So you're suggesting that the Dallas Cowboys should do what the 49ers did.
Absolutely.
Go find a dude at the bottom of the 7th round and hope and pray.
You just go find somebody. You start over. You change your scenery. You change your luck. You start fresh with somebody else. And by the way, okay, two quick things about this past weekend.
Go ahead.
On Friday, Jerry did a big sit-down in the bus as they up at the combine with all the reporters, and he raved about Dak Prescott. That's why this shocked me when this came out on Saturday. And he said,
what is there not to rave about?
Okay, he said, the reason I'm all in is because we have Dak Prescott at quarterback. So he made Dak the reason that he's all in. And I'm like, that should be the last reason that you're all in. Dak and Mike McCarthy. Okay? No?
You're crazy.
No, I'm smart. And I know Dallas Cowboy history, and I lived through Don Meredith and Roger Staubach and
I forgot about
Troy
that.
Aikman. Yeah, you can go all the way back to him. And to your point, you made a good point. None of those guys finished elsewhere. None of them.
Did Danny White even finish elsewhere?
I don't remember it. I don't remember it. Maybe he went somewhere, but I can't remember. But he got them to 3 straight NFC Championship games, but they lost all 3 of them. But at least they were getting to the precipice,
I understand that part.
And in the end, he just wasn't quite Roger Staubach because whoever was, right? Like, okay. So the point is, Jerry is raving about Dak on that day, but he also raved about Trey Lance. He went way out of his way to say, we love what he's done so far. He's a great young man, which we already knew. He's a hard worker, which we already knew, because even the Shanahans always said he's a gym rat, man. I mean, he comes early, stays late, studies tape like nobody we've ever seen. Okay, gotcha on all that. But Jerry said his development with us has been shocking, that we love how quickly he's progressed.
Okay.
Okay, so you can bet on this.
You know Jerry's negotiating at this point, too, right?
Okay. Well, you can say, but sometimes he just blurts.
What do you mean?
He just blurts out.
I can say that's what you do. You leave a little breadcrumbs. You kind of dangle some things out there for people to see.
You don't
think Dak Prescott is looking at that and going, he's talking about Trey Lance.
Yeah, okay, fine. But Dak has never done any favors for Jerry. He took no hometown discount because he knew he had Jerry way over a barrel.
But you're not supposed to take a hometown discount in your first renegotiation on a major blockbuster deal.
You remember how long that went? It went 2 years.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm not taking, I'm on a 4th round rookie contract, making the max I probably made, I don't even know the numbers, but the max he probably made is $2.5 million. And that was at the end of it.
Yeah.
Then he got tagged to make more, and then obviously tagged to make more. Why would I give you a hometown discount on my first renegotiation?
Okay.
Now, this renegotiation, we can have a conversation.
Okay, if Jerry believes so deeply in Dak Prescott, why didn't he do it 2 years before he did it this last time?
Because maybe at that point in time, maybe at that point in time, he wasn't sure.
Yeah, he was not sure.
Because all of a sudden, you're looking at him, he's coming off an injury, you don't know what that ankle's gonna be.
Nope.
You've got to dissect and pay attention to everything. You got to look at him out there. You got to get the information from the training staff. Will he be able, Dr. Cooper's got to be able to say he's going to 100% be Dak Prescott again. You can't just sign a guy.
So he waited and he waited until the 11th hour, like bitterly.
So he spent a few more $1 million.
And he spent a whole lot more $1 million.
Yeah.
And he said at the press conference when they announced the deal that he took me to the cleaners. And he didn't, you could just tell, I know Jerry, and he did not love it because he lost that negotiation.
But that was his bet. His bet was, I'm not going to pay him right now. I'm going to wait. And he waited, and he had to pay more.
He just got stuck where he couldn't see a way out of it, and he said, I guess I have no choice.
But how can you see your way out of it when he played up to his potential, doing a contract negotiation, just like he did this year? He had a hell of a year, man. He had similar years in the past as he had this year. Dak Prescott did. So it's not as simple and easy as you want it to be, Skip, where you look at a Trey Lance, and I'm assuming that would be the guy that you would think is going to take over because the Shanahans traded up to get him, but yet and still they moved on from him like that.
Because somebody fell out of the sky into their laps.
They didn't know,
or he would still be the quarterback.
But they didn't know that somebody who fell out of the sky into the laps would turn in to a guy to take them to the Super Bowl.
No,
they had no idea.
They would have taken him in the bottom of the first round.
They was blanking bricks when Trey Lance got hurt. Don't you ever think for 1 minute they sat there and said to themselves, damn, I can't believe that this dude just got hurt again and we going with a Mr. Irrelevant. They didn't sit there and go, good, Trey Lance got hurt. Go on, Brock Purdy, take us to the Super Bowl.
Kyle swears and the owner said,
yeah, they also swore that Steve Wilkes had a contract and alluded to the fact that he would be back.
But, I mean, Kyle said in training camp, after, like, the first day of training camp, he's saying, you know who the best quarterback on the field was? It's that Mr. Irrelevant guy. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Easy to say. All right. I'm with you. But here's the point. I am cool with Jerry Jones saying, I will bite this bullet and let's just see what happens. And it's going to hamper your ability to extend or start over with, obviously, give Micah and CD their money.
Well, you got Dak, DeMarcus Lawrence, CD Lamb, Zach Martin, then Micah Ferguson and Bland, all those contracts coming up.
A bunch coming up.
By 2026.
Yeah.
So you got to address it.
Okay, the cap went up fairly significantly.
Yeah,
and as you always remind me,
whatever.
The biggest cap wizards in football have been Jerry and Stephen Jones and their staff.
And they know how to kick the can down the road.
Okay, all right. So they're going to kick Dak's can down the road, I think, for just one more year and take that hit of the $60 million cap.
Yeah, I don't know what their plans are about who they want to sign and who they want to go out and get, all those things. But I can almost guarantee you, if he plays on a $60 million cap hit, the Dallas Cowboys will finish last in the damn division. I can almost guarantee you that.
Why? You think he'll get less than his best?
Here's what's going to happen. Is CD Lamb is going to stomp up and down because they won't be able to give him what he's looking for.
Somebody will get their money, but maybe all of them won't.
But you got to give you're
going to have to prioritize.
You cannot look at 3-4 all-pro type guys that you have that's looking for contract extensions and money. We want our damn money, Skip.
Sure.
We don't care about nothing else you're talking about because you're going to get your money. You already got your money on ticket sales and TV rights and all that. We want our money as players.
Sure.
And if you decide that you're not going to pay me, guess what happens now? Now, all of a sudden, as a player, guess what they start to do? Well, I ain't coming to mini camp. I ain't coming to training camp. I don't want to be here for the regular season camp. I'm not. Now you creating a problem within your structure in your locker room.
What if you just go in chronological order and you take CD first and you just do this deal? So you go ahead and give him his money.
So now you got Micah.
Okay.
And then you'll have DeMarcus Lawrence.
And you tell Micah, we will get you.
No, I don't want to hear anything about telling me anything.
Yeah.
I want my damn money.
Okay, but you don't have to do that right now.
You don't have to do anything. But I'm only making, I don't know what he's making exactly, but I think it's $4.5 million, whatever that number is.
Yeah, what was he, the 12th pick? Or
Yeah, something like that. Whatever that number is, I'm going to give you, just because I don't have it in my head, I'm going to give him a $4 million number. And if I'm giving him a $4 million number and I'm looking at my contemporaries and they're making $30 million, what do you want me? You want me to play for $4? When that dude over there making 30 and I'm the leader of your defense?
Yep.
You really want me to do that? You don't want me to do that.
You just tell him we will take care of you when this is over, when this year is over.
So Micah's cap hit is about $5 million. So you want me to say and do nothing, though, and get no money and take a risk and a chance of not securing my bag for you?
Well,
doesn't work like that, Skip.
We're going to talk about what just happened in Tampa in a little bit, and I know we're talking about a 30-year-old Mike Evans, but Tampa got away with it because they told Mike Evans, no, we're not going to do this during the year.
What did you just say?
And they just went ahead and did it.
What did you just say before you said that, though, Skip?
He's 30 years old.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Mike ain't no damn 30.
No.
So you don't play that, right? I believe Patrick Mahomes this year played on a $36 million cap number. That's the highest of anybody this year in the National Football League. I believe it was 36. Could be slightly up or down.
Wasn't Aaron's up there?
No, I don't think Aaron's was quite that high. Aaron's was a lot less. But they was able to do everything they needed to do.
Well, he took
win a Super Bowl.
Effectively a hometown discount to sign a long-term deal.
Well, however,
it's
his
not top
deal
of the
is
market.
structured.
Yeah.
It's structured where it is at the top of the market, but his structure's so weird. It's like a lot of different stuff in there that keeps him where he needs to be, and he's satisfied with that. I said it to you before. The first time around, I'm not taking a discount, Skip. I'll take a discount the second time around, not the first time around, because I need to make sure that my money is where it needs to be. Now, if you go to me and you say, hey, instead of this $58 million a year that I need to give you, let's just do the deal the same way it is now and extend. Okay, I may think about that. I may say I'll give you a sliver on the side.
Okay. Well, maybe Jerry needs to call Dak's bluff and see if he really does want to go someplace else. Just play it out. Just
You
1 year.
can't.
Let's see what you got. Let's see what you got.
You can't
Show
play
me.
on a $60 million.
Show me you can play in the postseason in ways you've never shown me
The cap is $255. $60 million on that. That's what percentage, Skip? That's what, 20, 25, 30% of a salary cap?
Yeah.
You're like getting ready to kill your team. If that's so, you want Jerry to do that?
I don't want to see the team get killed for the 3 or 4 more years.
But you want 3 or 4 more years because you're extending it out. You're lessening the hit.
But you have to pay the piper at some point. It's pay me now or pay me later. This is a pay me now way out of this. Because you did it.
Okay.
You did it.
If you want to pay your way out of it, then move on from it.
Yeah. Well,
And find out.
But I
and
kind of
then
like the
reset
idea
the
of
clock
show me
all over again.
Show me once. Show me what you got. And by the way,
he showed you when they gave him the money the first time around.
And
you asked him to do that. Now you're gonna treat him unfairly again and ask him to do it again?
Well, he's treated us unfairly in those last three playoff losses.
So it's all him.
Yeah. Well, a lot of it starts with the quarterback and ends with the quarterback.
It is all him. The offensive line is not protecting him. The receivers are running bad routes. The running back is not getting to the hole. The defense is giving up the goods, although he threw a pick 6 against Green Bay. That's only 7. They got 27.
As you have said before.
What happened to the other 20?
As you've said several times before, there's just something missing in Dak Prescott.
Yeah, there was something missing in him. But he's shown that he could bounce back multiple times in different ways.
Yeah. What'd CD's mom say? I still take that to the bank. He ain't it.
I can't listen to people's family.
Yeah.
I can't listen to people's family and friends talk about what a player is out of frustration.
She might be the only smart one in this whole bunch. CD's mom, right? So you just let him play it out. And then, by the way, guess who's going to get to play a whole lot of preseason football this coming July and August? Trey Lance.
Throwing to me and you.
Well,
he's going to be throwing to me and you. That's really going to be a great evaluation.
He needs reps.
That's going to be a real great evaluation, throwing to a dude that's going to be cut in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, stop, Skip.
He's
not playing with the frontline guys. Is he going to play with the frontline guys? Is he going to play with the CD Lambs?
He'll get a half of that.
Oh, he'll get a half of that. You think he honestly get a half of CD Lamb in them?
Yeah,
why?
What do you mean,
Because they want to protect their star quarterback. That's why. From getting hurt. Because without him, you don't have an opportunity and a chance. That's why.
Okay. We'll see. But I like this. This was music to my ears. Way to go, Jerry. You're seeing the light now. Okay. Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Do you want more highlights from the show? Make sure to click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from Undisputed.